The average person in America is going to graduate if they go off to school with anywhere between 38 to 6 figures in student loan debt to only come out making on average $44,000 a year.
And the median salary in tech is $98,000.
The median salary in tech is $98,000.
Compared to...
What's going on, fam? Before we get to today's show, let me ask you a quick question. Do you like waiting on your paycheck, especially when you've got bills due? I didn't think you did. That's why I partnered with my friends over at Chime. Now you can get your paycheck up to 2 days early with direct deposit. That's right. That's up to 2 days early to save, to pay your bills early, and to just feel good about your current money situation, especially with this inflation and recession that we're in. But Chime is more than just about getting paid early. It's also an award-winning mobile app, checking account, debit card, and a lot of great features to help you moving forward financially. So listen. This is what I want you to do. Before we get to today's show, I want you to stop waiting. Stop waiting to get paid early, because hopefully you're not waiting just for the paycheck. You're ready to get started today. You're gonna apply for a free checking account that takes less than 2 minutes. And to get started, I want you to go to chime.com/TTAO. Again, that's chime.com/TTAO. Now, let's get to today's show.
What's happening? No captain. We with AO, about to get a plate. Oh, pull up to the table. Let's go.
So they say that 42% of African-American men will make less than $40,000. To be exact, we will make about $38,000 this year gross. Net, if you're a single man, that means you're gonna be making close to about $30,000, maybe $28,000 for the year. They said that the average black person, the average, will make about $42,000, right? The average person in America will make about $46,000. So when we do the math, we're ranging anywhere between $38,000 to $45,000 a year in income for the average person. But the average man that looks, not the average, 42% of black men who look like me will make $38,000 a year. And let me be real with you, I don't like that, and there's no way in the world we should be settling for that. A couple of months ago, man, a young black man went viral because he went from being homeless, from sleeping in the back of his car like me, to even staying with family members, to making close to about $300,000 a year today. And he did all that within a matter of not even 6, 7, 8 months. And I want to encourage you to stay to the end, because we're gonna really talk about what a lot of people may not be into, the whole let's start a business. Maybe you do just want to work a job. And you know what? We need you to work a job. I need employees. I can't hire business owners to help me impact you. But what is some of the best ways you can do that and make $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year? There are ways you can do it, and we're going to talk about that today. I mean, we're going to lay it all out, and we're going to dive into it. As a matter of fact, just hit the subscribe button, hit that thumbs up if you really want to learn more about how to do it. But I want to jump straight into it. We'll get to the, I pay the bills later. We'll promote the brands later. You know what I'm saying? We'll let you know who's sponsoring the show. But I want to get straight into it. At today's show, we got my boy Cyrus, man. Cyrus went viral that's about a few weeks ago, because he was half naked with his robe on. Dancing around his new little condo, got him a nice little car, you know what I'm saying? And sisters, he may be single. We'll ask him today. But the brother, man, is a good looking man, right? You know what I'm saying? Young, sharp, love God, and doing his thing, right? And he makes some money. He went from homeless to dancing like David, because he got the bag. So he's at the table for the first time, definitely not the last time. And we're going to dive into his story. We're going to dive into how in the world did he go from making, we'll share more about his story, but how did he go from here to now making almost $300,000 in a year? So y'all, welcome to the table for the first time, not the last time. My brother Cyrus, man. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, bro?
Yo, let's get straight to it. Were you naked, Doc?
No, I had underwear on under it, cause I was worried that it was gonna flap. And so I was like, I don't want the flap to happen.
You ain't want the flap to happen?
Flap to happen.
My man, cause I was like, bro, that viral, it went real viral for real. But yo, let's get to it, man. Tell us a little bit of your story. Like, where did you start, and how did you get to where you are today? Because today, I think right before the show, you was telling me, man, you're on track to do about $300,000 by the end of this year.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But this time last year, how much were you making this time last year?
This time last year, I was with 3 different jobs.
Yeah.
I was grossing, not even netting, I was grossing $60K.
You was grossing $60K.
Yes.
And so let me get this straight. When you say 3 jobs, what were you doing 3 jobs?
I was Lyft driving.
Okay.
6, sometimes 7 days a week.
What?
Overnight.
At
that.
So you picking up drunks. You picking up the people you don't want to.
Had the fights in the car, had the vomit in the car, had people pull guns out on me, all types of things.
What?
Yeah.
Where do you live?
I live in Atlanta.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, hot Atlanta.
That's why I want to go to Atlanta. I told you. All right, so you was lifting. What else were you doing?
I was doing virtual counseling sessions.
Okay.
Life and relationship counselor. So I was doing virtual counseling sessions, and also I would do different events and speaking engagement stuff with churches.
Okay. I mean, what do you do with the churches, bro? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so my background is in poetry. So I was a spoken word artist, kind of like with Ezekiel. He and I kind of ran together and did different events and stuff.
Ezekiel, genetics?
Yeah, genetics. Yeah. So genetics and I know each other.
Okay.
I don't think we've ever performed any of the same events together, but we know each other.
I've done some stuff with Ezekiel, genetics.
Jackie
Hill. Well, she's Jackie Preston now.
Yeah.
Jackie Hill Perry. And man, I did some stuff with them years ago, man. I used to bring them to my church in Fayetteville, bro. I love them.
Yeah, they're fire.
Yeah, I love them. So I didn't know you do spoken word.
Yeah, that was how I built up probably the first half of my followers.
Yeah.
Then I started producing events, and I was doing the whole entrepreneur thing, and I don't want a boss. I'm just an entrepreneur thing.
Yeah.
And that ended up falling flat, especially around the time the pandemic hit.
Got you. So when did you take tech? Because now you're into the tech field.
Yeah.
Right? When did you take tech serious, and why? I'm curious.
So I realized most of my friends who were making really good money, most of them were in tech. And I realized that. And so after a while of seeing that and seeing the trajectory of their lives and seeing the fact that I was broke, I was struggling, I realized, I said, okay, I just literally looked up, okay, what industries are the top paying industries?
Yeah.
And then just tech constantly comes up, tech.
Constantly, yeah.
And so I realized, okay, I need to get in tech. So first I tried to do it myself. I tried to watch YouTube videos, tried to, find different ways, applied to well over 100 companies, wasn't even getting interviews, wasn't getting nothing.
Yeah.
So then finally, I found out about tech boot camps. And so one in particular I found out about, the one that I ended up doing was one called Careerist.
Yeah.
They had a sales engineering course. Long story short, I chose a sales engineering course.
Yeah.
I was worried. I was like, man, I hope this is going to work out. But I was in such a desperate place. I said, man, you know what? I just have to do it.
Yeah.
So I jumped out there, took that leap of faith. After 8 weeks of completing the program, my anniversary was actually last week of me finishing the program.
Yeah.
8 weeks after that, October 1st, I got my first 6-figure offer with a tech company. And now I'm transitioning to my third tech company. We might not have time, but you definitely can leap big numbers whenever you transition from companies.
Yep.
So I'm transitioning to my third tech company, and let's just say it's well over 150K just with that company alone.
I'm curious, do you have a bachelor's degree?
No degree.
No degree.
No college.
Never went to college.
Nope. Well, I went for about 2 weeks.
I feel you.
2 weeks.
Totally understand you. Don't have a bachelor's degree. No. And you went to not really a trade school, you went to a boot camp.
Yeah, tech boot camp, a 4-week program.
A 4-week program,
I
boot
did it
camp.
from home.
Did it from home, self-paced, right?
Yeah. No. So Careerist, the program that I did isn't self-paced, but they do record the episodes. But other boot camps and programs, some that I know you're familiar with, they are self-paced.
Yeah. I'm very familiar with Course Careers, and then Bethel Tech. Now, Bethel Tech is not self-paced. That is an actual tech school. But Course Careers is self-paced. And they say you can get it done within 4 weeks, max 8 weeks. And so I really do like them. And we're gonna talk about them a little bit later on and give you all information because I really want to set y'all up. Why do you feel someone who wants to get into the tech industry should go to a 4-year school, or should they really consider boot camps or like tech schools?
Great question. So whenever I talk to people who are in college and they're in college to be in tech, if they're on their last year, then I'm like, you might as well finish it out. I mean, you got to pay all that debt back anyways. Might as well get something from it. But the majority of people that are just starting out, I'm like, no, do a boot camp.
Yeah.
Do a boot camp. A tech boot camp is sufficiently better, especially depending on what it is you want to do in tech. If you want to do something like tech sales or be a sales engineer like myself, or QA automation, manual QA.
Pause. Let me write this stuff down. Oh no, I'm serious. Like you teaching good. I want to make sure that we give the people practical stuff. So you got tech sales.
Yeah,
you said sales engineer.
Yeah, sales engineer, which is what I do.
Okay, and then what was the other one?
You have QA or QA.
Yeah, I know about QA, but we'll break that down.
There's manual QA and automated QA.
QA.
Those are two different sides of the same coin.
And then what's the other one you said? You said the fourth one.
Manual QA and then QA automation.
So, all right, let's break that down for the people right now. You're a sales engineer. So let's talk about this, because what's the correct definition of tech sales?
Good question. So tech sales is just in a simple form, it's a salesperson who they work within a tech company, and they're selling the software to large business owners. So this isn't the B2C sales.
Yes.
This is B2B. And
yes.
The difference, a lot of people get afraid of traditional sales because it's like, okay, you have to overcome all these objections, things like that you have to deal with. But
right.
The difference with tech sales is that 9 times out of 10, you're speaking to business owners that have a deep, profound necessity that your company's technology provides. So as we know with a business, any business that's worth its salt, every year they have a budget set aside so that way they can purchase software, invest in things that can help their business run and function better. And so businesses look across and they see, okay, what are our needs? What are our issues within our business? What technology or company provides that for us? So 9 times out of 10, a tech salesperson is selling to a business person and understands, okay, this isn't necessarily going to cost us money. This is an investment that's going to allow either our business to run better or overall just make more money.
What's an example job, or a company you can do tech sales in? Like, give me an example.
Any tech company, Salesforce. Let's go for the main companies:
Yeah.
the Meta, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google.
So Apple. I can work for Apple, and I can sell some of their technology to other businesses.
Yeah.
That wants Apple technology.
Yeah, exactly.
So technically, they're calling Apple, hey, I want to get ABC, some of y'all's computers or some of your software incorporated into our particular project. And they're talking to me, and I'm selling that.
Yeah.
I'm the wingman.
Or Amazon. Everyone thinks that Amazon's real moneymaker is their online store, the Amazon store. That's not Amazon's biggest source of income.
Right.
Amazon's biggest source of income is AWS, Amazon Web Services.
Yes.
Now, most people don't know what that is.
Yeah.
If you're not a big business owner.
Right.
AWS, they sell that to large business owners. That's how they make the bulk of their income.
Yeah.
Tech salespeople are how Amazon is actually the behemoth that they are.
Yeah, boy, we learning. I hope y'all are taking notes. I'm telling you, because my biggest thing for you all is I want to position you to where you are aware of the different options out there that you should be making. Because to be a millionaire, you don't have to make $1 million a year. You got to get in the right career field, right, and make the right choices with the income that you're receiving from that career field. And you don't have to get into debt to get qualified for that career field. Okay? So tech sales is you're selling B2B. You're not selling to consumers like me. You don't have to convince me that I need this. The person who you're talking to already is like, yo, I know I need it. Just help me understand why should I choose your company to get it.
Exactly.
That's it. So what is a sales engineer then?
Yeah. A sales engineer.
So that's you.
Yeah, that's what I do. I'm a sales engineer. And there's 1,000 different titles for it. There's solutions engineers, solutions experts, a bunch of different names, same thing.
Okay.
Sales engineer, simply put, I demonstrate the company's technology to the prospect. That's it.
And so that means you and the salesperson will be on the same call possibly.
Yeah, all the time, always on the call. So I merely demonstrate the product. If the customer buys it or not, of course, I work for the company. I want them to buy it.
Right.
But I merely demonstrate the product. I'm not even a part of the future conversations on whether or not the customer buys it. I just find out because I get an extra bonus on my check every month.
So you trying to tell me I can take a boot camp, come in there and just learn my company's product?
Yeah.
I'm going to jump on a Zoom call or maybe go to an actual meeting with the sales tech or the tech sales. Mm-hmm. They're selling. I'm helping them by demonstrating what we offer and what we provide.
Yeah, exactly. Just in a way that's tailored to that specific business.
So you go and study that business, and you make and you present it in a way that benefits that particular business that you're selling to.
Exactly. Very simple.
Oh my gosh, man. And how much are these people getting paid, bro?
My first company started me out at $90,000. That was Dialpad. The second company, they gave me a big bump, up to $145,000 plus a $12,000 sign-on bonus. And the company that I'm transitioning to now, it's $15,000 more than the last company, and I'll be in a leadership position to where I'm going to be able to build out the sales engineering team and hire people on.
Oh my gosh, man! Listen, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and say this now, because I really want you all to get this, man. This is real good information. Some of you all are working jobs that you do not like. And you don't like them, one, because probably the pay is just not really worth it. Number two, you're not happy about the job. Here's the thing, you may not be 100% happy about your jobs, but at least make sure you're 100% happy about that pay. Okay? It's easier to show up and do your job if you know that check gonna be right once a week, every other week, or at least once a month. Okay? And here's the thing, you don't have to get into debt over it. I was on a show the other day. I won't say the name of the show because it hasn't came out yet, but I told him, I said, man, I just think sometimes education can be a big fraud, because I believe it's always good to get to education, but why am I spending $200, $100, $300,000 to get a $40,000 job, to get a $50,000 job? The ROI is not there. It's not worth it. And so I've recently just partnered with two great companies. You guys know I already partnered with Bethel Tech, and they really do stuff on the different side. They're teaching you how to be engineers, how to do coding. That is absolutely amazing. Making $100, $200, $300 plus $1,000. We're going to drop their information in today's show notes. But recently I just partnered with the company that Cyrus is aware of as well, but I just partnered with them as well because I was like, oh, okay, I need to find something that's a boot camp, something that's short, sweet, simple, but it can literally give and provide a quick ROI. And so it's called Course Careers, okay? I'm going to drop the information in today's show notes, but Course Careers is like $450. $450, you can get it done in 4 weeks. You could be like Cyrus, go from making $50,000, $40,000, $60,000, wherever you are, to where you could be making 6+ figures. I know you're probably saying, well, how in the world are they making their money? Because Anthony, $450 is not a lot of money. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. They actually make their money on the backside. So when they get you educated and get you qualified within their system, their number one job is to, all right, cool, they want to present you to other companies. And then that company will pay them for placing them with a solid referral. So listen, I want y'all to check it out. I want you to check it out. You can go to anthonyoneal.com/tech sales. You can click the link in today's show notes. It's $450. And by this time next year, you can be like Cyrus, making 6+ figures. But there's some other things that Cyrus is doing as well that is also setting him up to make the high six figures. So I want y'all to keep it locked because we're going to keep talking about that. But when you're making this kind of money, here's the key thing that I really want to make sure that you all know. Because while I'm setting you up to win, while I'm setting you up to get a higher income, a higher shovel to help you get out of debt, to help you build wealth, the key ingredient that you got to be doing is saving your money. You got to make sure that you have a fully funded savings account. You got to make sure that you're putting your money somewhere to where you can go to it in the time of need, or you can go to it when you're ready to buy a house, or when you're ready to start a business, whenever you're ready to take your kids out, or for some of y'all who like dating a lot, like me, you can actually have some money set aside where you can take her out on a date, because ladies, y'all ain't paying for the date. It's the guys. And so I park my money over at Prize Pool. Prize Pool is really offering some of the top returns right now. We are in an inflation time. So why not have your money sitting? If it's just sitting there, why not get a higher APR for it? You're gonna get anywhere between 0.30 to up to 3% with them, depending on how much money you have in your savings account. So I wanna encourage you to go to anthonyoneal.com/savings, put some information inside of put some money inside the account and watch them reward you for saving your money. That information is also in today's show notes. It should be up on the screen as well. So listen, I promise you will love it. But let's get back to this tech space. So you talked about tech sales. You talk about sales engineer, which is what you do.
Yeah.
What is manual QA and automatic QA?
So think of it like this. Before Instagram released their Reels, of course, we know TikTok blew up and Instagram was shuffling around trying to release their reels.
Yeah.
Before any company releases a new feature or a new product, they have to have people in the company that test it out to give their input, to say, okay, this needs to change, this is the tweak. So manual QA, quality assurance, it's people that are that work in the company. Their job is merely to try out the product before it gets released to the public, before it's in general availability. Yeah. And then they give their input. They say they don't like the color. They say, I think this button should be here. This thing isn't working. They literally are just trying to break it.
And they getting $90,000 to try and break something.
Yeah. Getting good money.
And you know what's so funny is, Cyrus, is I just launched a brand new website, right? And I paid someone. I paid a manual QA just to go through and make sure all my buttons are working. Yeah. I mean, they went through and clicked everything, came back and found like 20 buttons that was not working. Yeah. And I was like, wow. And you're telling me that person makes $100,000 a year just to go in there and to try things?
Yeah, definitely. It's wild. And then QA automation is the other side where they usually find ways to automate it. So that way a program can test things out. So that way they don't even have to do it themselves. They're just able to figure out a way to, and I don't fully know how they do it because I'm not a QA automation person. Yeah. But they have a way to have a program that does it for them.
Wow. So literally, you guys, you can spend $450, get the education, get the qualification. And how long did it take you when you finished your particular boot camp to get your first job? Like, was it a while? 6 months?
No, not at all. So when I did careers right afterwards, they and there's some similar things with some of the other courses you spoke about. Yeah. Not all of the boot camps do this, but the courses that we've mentioned do these things where they do things like help like adjust your resume, help you with your LinkedIn, and also do things like interview coaching, stuff like that. So they did interview coaching. They also did mentorship. So and careerists applied to companies for me. They applied to up to 5 companies a day for me. So they set me up on interviews. It only took me 8 weeks to get my first job offer. But
8 weeks?
Yeah, but I'm just one example. We don't like anecdotes.
Yeah.
So I have a homeboy, his wife, it only took her 4 weeks to get a manual QA. It took him, though, 5 months. One of my close friends, I told him he was a correctional officer. Yeah. I was like, bro, what are you doing? You making how much? I said, man, you should get in tech. He did the same course I did. Took him 3 months. He got a higher offer than I did.
What?
Yeah. And then a young woman I just interviewed on my page, her background's in health, in healthcare. Yeah. No tech background. Yeah. She did the program. It took her 4 months, but she got a job paying her over $130K just from the boot camp.
Here's what I love about tech, man, is there's so many things you could do in the tech world. Yeah. There's so much growth. There's so many opportunities in the tech world. Because this is like, this, for me, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm still learning the tech space. This sounds like this is entry level into the tech space making good money.
Oh, these are all entry level.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, so I could pay $450, start making 90, 100,000. And some of them you may make 60, 70,000. It all depends on where you go for. If you're making $38,000 and you go from $60,000, that's a pay raise.
Working from home?
Home.
Oh, that's...
You know what I'm saying? You chilling. That saves you on gas. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes sense. And your investment, your tuition was only $400 to $500. Then over on Bethel Tech, which I love about them is they are a little bit more expensive. They are giving away scholarships, but then now you're really getting into that, and you're really getting into like the coding, and you're really, really getting into that tech space, because from what I understand, like the automatic QA, that requires someone to go in and build and code that automatic QA stuff.
Yeah, for that role. Yeah,
for that role. Yeah. That's another side of the tech world that my friends over at Bethel Tech teaches. So it's like, what I'm telling you all is, man, you don't have to spend $250,000 to get the education to make $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
You are, bro, you've already made 6 figures this year. You're tracking to make $300,000 this year. I just felt y'all. I just felt you. You single? I felt it. They would look like, wait, is he single?
Actually, no, I'm no longer single.
You dating someone?
Yes. I'm in a relationship recently. Yes.
He's gone.
Yeah,
I love it.
Out the gate.
Hey, man, at least you're real. Sorry, ladies. I tried to help y'all out. I really did. You know, he's taken. He got a bag, and he got a woman. So sorry. And so, what are you doing how are you utilizing, and here we go, this is a good question. How are you maximizing the education that you have to make more money?
Great question. So when people do these boot camps, so like for instance, like careers, the boot camp that I did.
Yeah.
Once I got in tech and I've been in it for a couple months, and I was like, oh, this is crazy. Like unlimited paid time off, work from home, the benefits they pay for my gym membership, and this is common across the tech industry.
Right.
I said, man, how come people are not talking about this?
Right.
So I was like, yo, I want to start promoting it, tell people about this. So I hit up the boot camp. I was like, hey, I have a pretty large following. I want to tell my followers about y'all. Can y'all give them some type of discount or something?
Yeah.
And then that's when I found out. They were like, oh, well, we have referral programs. So yeah, your followers can get discounts.
Yeah.
And you can get you can get a referral payment. And then of course I found out after that, this is common across most tech boot camps do this.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm about to go super hard then, because not only do I get to help people of color or just people in general, help believers. Not only do I get to help people, but you mean to tell me I get like a referral payment? The boot camps will pay me like for referrals to do the program. So I was like, it's a no-brainer.
Easy.
And so I didn't expect, at first I didn't think people were gonna like take to it, because I was like, this is kind of a weird shift from what I used to talk about before. But I was like, yo, whoever this is for is gonna help them.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized, man, people really need something. And people just took to it heavy. They took to it heavy. And so I encourage people who do the programs, like, man, don't just be a person where, you get this 6-figure career now, your life's taken off, and you forget about people. No, help your friends and family out. You can do the same referral programs too. So not only are you helping your friends and family out, helping them out with discounts, but also you're not wasting your time doing it. You are also being paid for that as well.
For it. I mean, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Why not? I mean, because if you believe in it, right? How many times have we went to a restaurant and we love the food, and we like, yo, that food was fire, and we sent our friends and a lot of people there, and we didn't get one dime for it.
Yeah. And
I think we as a people got to understand that our words and our influence is important.
Yeah.
And we should be paid for it. And I mean, bro, I'm happy to see you getting paid for what you're doing, because you believe in what you're promoting. And you're living what you're promoting. And so the fruit of your labor should be seeds for somebody else.
Facts.
And you should get a little bit for sowing that seed.
Yeah, I would do it if I wasn't being paid. I wouldn't be doing it as hard, because I would be like, I'd be like, okay, I'm getting burnt out now.
Right. And I feel you in that, man. I mean, and really watching your story and learning your story, I was like, yo, okay, wait. And I went and studied. I went and researched. I was like, yo, who? Okay, how? What? And then this company, Course Careers, reached out and was like, yo, we love your brand. We love your business. I studied them for about like a month just to make sure it's something I could put my name on, because I had to make sure that it was affordable and it complemented what I was doing already as far as I'm with Bethel Tech.
Yeah.
And I want to help more Black people. I love all people. But my calling, my excitement comes from seeing Black people get out of debt and build wealth. Yeah. And a huge part of that is their income. Yeah. A huge part of that is like, are they making good money? And I think if we can empower and educate Black people on how to make more money, we'll see a healthier community. And I do believe tech is the community we need more Black people in.
Yeah, amen.
And so when I saw you dancing around your room, I'll be joking with you, man. I was like, yo, I'm happy to see you dancing as a Black man, celebrating. And I celebrated you, man. I reposted the video on my stories, and people was like, yo, that's what's up, man. I'm like, yo, tech. Now, tech is not the field that I'm in. No. I'm in content creation. But it's like, I think tech is the field that you all should really take. So, man, I mean, CJ, we could slap that thing back up, give them that information one more time for Course Careers. Like I said, you guys, it's $450. You get a $50 discount if you check it out. 4 weeks. By this time next year, you could be making 6+ figures. And that's a game changer. We're in a recession, a small one as of right now. How do we capitalize during this time? How do we get the education? Where else can you sow $450 into yourself and get 6 figures back? The average person in America is going to graduate, if they go off to school, with anywhere between $38,000 to 6 figures in student loan debt to only come out making on average $44,000 a year.
And the median salary in tech is $98,000.
The median salary in tech is $98,000
compared to twice as much as the American average.
And the American average of college graduates is 44. That's double.
Yeah.
And the investment is $400, depending on where you go. $400, $13,000, or if you look at any other boot camps that I don't push, those, just do your research. You know what I'm saying? Do your proper research, because there are a lot of boot camps out there that say you can do this and do that, and they will not. They will not do it. So if you don't want to rock with the two that I support, Bethel Tech, they're going to be a little bit more hands-on, website designing, developing, coding, stuff like that, cybersecurity, which is huge for us. We need that. And this boot camp is going to be a little bit entry-level jobs. But what I love about these entry-level jobs, because we got like 2 more minutes, they can grow. Because you say you went from one company, started at this salary, and then went to another company, got a bigger salary.
Yeah.
Real quick, practical steps. Let's say this person ends boot camp. What's the steps that they should be doing to grow in the tech field?
Wonderful. So there's 3 key components.
Yeah.
3 key components. So first off, let's say you get in tech, you're at a company, you're not making $100,000 yet.
Yeah.
The first 5 to 6 months, focus on doing your job well.
Good.
Do your job well. It sounds simple enough, but this matters. Do your job well. Also, while you're doing that, you want to post content just showing that you're educated about your field of work on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a moneymaker. People do not know that. There's money in LinkedIn. You post content on LinkedIn and you network on LinkedIn.
Okay.
The third branch of it is you go out to tech events. You're able to mix and mingle, get a good drink, all of that. You're building your network. By the time you hit around 5-6 months, your LinkedIn DMs are gonna get blown up. Like my LinkedIn DMs, I don't even check them because so many companies are constantly messaging me.
Wow.
You'll have multiple companies sending you 6-figure offers. By the time you hit 5-6 months, from there, you can leverage that money those companies have offered you, take it to your company respectfully, say, hey, look, these companies are offering me whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Can y'all match this? And if your company can't, and if it's worthwhile for you to go ahead and move over to another company, then you can transition.
Yes. And then you get into that company, focus there for another 5-6 months.
Yeah.
And possibly do the same thing again.
Yeah.
And then on the side, do what you're doing, dropping content to the consumer base, educating them on tech, and getting referrals from other tech boot camps to make it extra. What would you say on the side you're making extra on referrals and affiliates, teaching content around the tech space?
About 2/5 of my income comes from referrals. So the $300K, most of that is from my salary of working in tech, and the bulk of the rest of that is just from referrals, helping people get in tech and the boot camps paying me.
Content creation, y'all.
Yeah.
Content creation. Say it one more time. Y'all know me. I'm gonna leave it right there. Y'all know what we doing next month. We are teaching people how to do exactly that. So that means 2/5. That means he's doing close to $70,000 to $100,000 a month just off of the referrals. Jesus, you all right with me, man? You all right with me, bro?
Appreciate that, man.
So you a kingdom man? You a Christian man?
Yes.
What would you say as we're closing out the show? What do you say as a Black Christian man? How has your spiritual walk, your spiritual journey, played a role in where you are today and where you're going?
Dope question. So I look at it kind of similar to Daniel. How whether Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, people don't realize that God used them where they were in a kingdom that was a godless kingdom. And he used their influence to help steer the morality of that kingdom.
Yeah.
I believe, whether we're talking Black men and women or believers, I believe that it's valuable for us to be in industries like the tech industry, which everything is technology now.
Yeah.
Because if we're not in industries like this, there are not enough of us in these industries, then where is the God factor? Where is the godly morality of what these companies are doing in the technology, what these technology are doing?
Yeah.
So I believe for anyone that has a heart to be in tech, definitely pray about it. And if you feel compelled to, realize that it's more, the money's dope, But it's more than just the money. It's the opportunity for you to be a voice, either a voice for your community or a voice as a believer to help steer and influence what these tech companies are doing to the rest of the world.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because you're in the tech field. Last time I did my research, it's like close to like 8% of the tech workers are black.
Yeah.
Why do you think we are not in tech like that?
There are a few different factors. The biggest factor is not that they don't want us there.
Okay.
Most of these companies are going above and beyond to have initiatives to hire for diversity, hire people of color.
Yeah.
And the main reason is because people like us are not looking to get into tech, either because we think we don't fit in, we think that's not for us, we think, oh, that's for nerdy people.
Exactly, because tech sounds nerdy.
Oh yeah, it sounds super nerdy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do we get over that as black people? Because it's like, it's not nerdy. What you just broke down with tech sales and sales engineer,
Yeah.
dude, that is super easy.
Yeah, it's very simple.
Super easy. So it's like, what would you say to the people watching right now who are saying, man, I just don't know? Like, how would you encourage them to, yes, consider tech?
I would say that as long as you are a competent person and hardworking, not even a genius, I'm far from a genius.
Me too.
As long as you are a competent person and you're hardworking, the boot camps, they give you all the tools you need to know how to do the job on a foundational level. And then the average tech company gives you 3 months of additional training before you even start working.
Wow.
So anyone who you think that I still don't feel like I'm tech savvy.
Okay.
I do not feel tech savvy at all.
Right.
And nevertheless, I'm in tech.
Wow.
And companies love me and they're like, man, you're crushing at your job. You don't have to feel tech savvy. You just have to be a competent, hardworking person. The boot camp gives you all the tools you need, and then the company adds some extra sauce on top of that.
Man, listen, and I'll add one more thing to that. As long as you got God on your side, nothing is impossible without Jesus Christ. I mean, with Jesus Christ, not without him, with him. Nothing is impossible with Jesus. Yeah. And so if you got God, if you got hard work ethic, and you willing to learn, why not? I'm gonna be honest with you, some of y'all working jobs right now that's harder than tech, and you're getting paid less than tech. Why? Like, why? One thing I've learned from wealthy people is not about how hard you work, it's about how smart you work.
Yeah.
Work smart. Don't go down the traditional route. Now listen, if you want to be a school teacher, if you want to be a doctor or lawyer, yeah, you can't go to boot camps. No, you ain't operating on me and you went through a boot camp. That ain't happening. No, you ain't about to tell me, well, your heart is, nah, you went to school for 4 weeks. What in the world? No. Go get the traditional education because that is needed. But one of the things I talk about in my book, Debt Free Degree, is I think the biggest mistake that people make is they do not take the time to step back, identify what do you want to do and what are your options and routes to do that. And if it's a boot camp, that is not even 10% of the traditional route, and you can make just as much or more than the traditional route person, then go to boot camp. Go to tech schools. Look at all of your options and see what you can do. And so, I mean, we're gonna drop all of his information below. I want y'all to follow Cyrus because the man every day is dropping major content when it comes to tech. I mean, he's dropping a lot of stuff, and this is a black man doing it. And I want you to go subscribe to his Instagram and just learn more. If you want to learn more about tech, I will be honest, I'm not an expert in tech. I'm not, which is why I partner with companies like Bethel Tech and like Course Careers, because I want to position you all to do that. And I'm going to start bringing on more people in the tech field that can continue giving us education because I want you all to make more money. And so I'm extremely excited about what he's doing. He drops some stuff, and he goes on there like once a week. I want to say you answer tech questions.
Yeah, I go live and take live questions once, sometimes twice a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Follow him. So as you're going through your research, you can go in this live and ask him questions about tech. Because I'm the personal finance guy. I'm going to get you paid. He can tell you, okay, this is the best program, this is the best thing, this is the best that. So, boom, do that. So, sign up for Course Careers. You get a $50 discount, just my tribe only. Go check them out. We'll make sure all the information in today's show notes. We love you all so much, man. Thank you so much for rocking with us. If you enjoyed today's show, do all of us a huge favor. Hit that thumbs up so we can spread this message to other people of color, minorities, and even my brothers and sisters of another color and race. Because I want us all to win at the end of the day. I really do. So hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe, and we'll see you on the next show. Peace out.